All right, well, our next speaker, he grew up in Southern California, joined the family business, which was landscape design and installation. He's 16 years old. He's digging ditches under the hot sun. Beautiful home. Incredible landscaping and palm trees, and it's just beautiful. And then up rolls the sky in a drop-dead gorgeous car, beautiful home. And he's realizing in that ditch at that moment at 16, I don't want to do this when I'm 17 or 18 or 28 or 38 like my dad, right? And he goes, I'm going to ask him. So he got brave. He's 16. He goes, hey, mister, what do you do for a living? And he looks at him. He goes, well, I'm a real estate agent. And at that moment, in that ditch, under that hot sun, sweaty, dirty, exhausted, and tired, he decided at 16 he was going to do whatever it took to be a real estate agent. And he got in real estate, became very successful, was just killing it at Keller Williams. He joined EXP. He applied who he is. He built a huge business. I absolutely love this man. Help me welcome to the stage Mr. Leo Robles, everyone. Get up here, Leo.
Thank you. Hello. Everybody, can you guys hear me? Yes, all right. This is my first time ever having a microphone like this, so this is a pretty special day. Every other time I have to hold a microphone to my face, and this is a lot better because I got more flexibility. So I just want to start off today with my conversation with affirmations. I do them every single day, so if everybody could do me a huge favor and stand up, please. And this is what I do every single day. And I also want to encourage you guys to please bring your level 10 energy. Can you guys all agree to bring level 10 energy? Yeah. All right. Level 10 energy? Yeah. All right. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3. I'm going to say power up. We're going to do that 3 times, and then I'm going to the affirmation, and then you guys repeat after me, all right? So, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Every day and every week I'm getting better and better. Every day and every week I'm getting stronger and stronger. Every day and every week I'm getting smarter and smarter. All I need is within me now. I have perfect health. I have perfect health. I was born to win. I will never surrender. I will always keep growing. I was born to be great. Today will be the best day of my life, no matter what. All right, give yourselves a round of applause. All right. Thank you. You guys may have a seat. These affirmations for me have been very, very special. I've been doing these affirmations for almost 15 years now, right? And I try to sit down, right? There's a lot of energy probably going through your body right now. And if you guys notice, every speaker has been doing affirmations because there's something really special, right? There's really something special about, repeating things over and over, and they get to your unconscious where you need to get them. And the reason these affirmations are really special as well, here 2 weeks ago, my father actually had a stroke. And unfortunately, I had to go visit him in the hospital. He wasn't able to leave, and the stroke impacted him so much that he wasn't able to swallow, he wasn't able to speak, he can't drink, and he can't even eat food. The only reason why he's still alive right now is because they installed a tube. It's called the G-tube. I'm learning about all this stuff right now. They installed the G-tube, and that's the reason why he's alive right now. And when I was visiting my dad daily in the hospital, I would sit with him, I would go through these affirmations, and as my dad was resting there, because my dad talks. I mean, if you guys know me, I talk a lot. My dad is like 10x me. He talks a lot. So the first day when I was talking to my pops and like he was just listening, he was trying to mumble. He just couldn't get his words out, obviously. But I was just giving him positive affirmations. I was just getting my father to think about, I'm going to make it out of this. I'm going to get through this. I'm going to get out of this, and I'm going to heal myself, right? And that was the 2 things that I learned. I was helping my dad through his healing journey, was number 1, getting him to really want to heal, and then number 2, to believe that he can heal. So that's why these affirmations are extremely special. I just wanted to share that with you guys. So thank you guys for playing full out and playing level 10. And I want to switch gears. EXP has changed my life. I'm just so grateful. I just want to say thank you to Brent Gove, Gene Fedrick, everybody in leadership. This company has been a dream come true. When I found EXP, almost 4 years ago, I found like I had discovered like something that has never been seen by anyone else, and I couldn't go to sleep for almost 2 days just because I found something like, oh my God, this is what I've been praying for my entire life. So I want you guys to get excited about your legacy, to get excited about life, and start to dream big again. Because a lot of the times, as life progresses and it happens, right, we're going to start to experience failure. We're going to fail, and I think we can all have a competition on this stage to see who's failed the most, but I think I failed the most, right? But I think that's one thing that we can all agree with. And success, it takes a lot of failure. And this was a quote that I grabbed here. Success consists going from failure to failure without loss of enthusiasm. And definitely these affirmations have helped. I've gone through foreclosure myself back in 2007. I've gotten a car repossessed out of my driveway. Gotten evicted a couple times after that. Had to file bankruptcy. Fell into tax debt. I mean, I've literally failed at everything. So I'm an overachiever, as you guys can tell, right? So basically, the one thing I want to kind of actually this one right here is my car that I bought when I moved over to EXP, because this is one of the things, like, if you guys really believe that this is going to change your life, this is going to change your life. And I really, really believe that. And what I did is I had a Porsche Panamera and I had a Mercedes, and I sold those cars. I got rid of my cars. I went to the auction and I bought this Prius, $12,000 cash. And then I wrapped it in EXP branding, and my girl absolutely hated it. So she didn't want to go anywhere with me. But after the gas prices started increasing, guess what? That car was being used a lot. Right? So that's how I started up right there. That was the car. And this is the one thing that I did as well. I bought this car and I said, I am not going to buy myself another vehicle until I grow my EXP revenue share organization to over 1,000 agents. And I'm very optimistic. I thought I was going to get it done year 1, year 2. It didn't happen year 1 or year 2, but I stuck with it. My girl was like, hey, maybe you should get a nicer car now. Maybe you should get a different car now, right? And I'm like, no. And because I hadn't told anybody. The only person that knew was my girl about this promise that I made to myself. But I knew as long as she knew my promise to myself that I was not going to, do it until I did that. So that's how I started. I gave up all the, the nice cars and all that good stuff. I wanted to reduce all of my debt as much as I possibly could to really get myself back into production, because I had just left Keller Williams as a team leader. So when I was in a team leader position, what started to happen was obviously my team that I had and I was running my sales team took a hit in production. So when I moved over to EXP, I started working on my production, and I started to passively go out and attract agents. I didn't go aggressively out there the first 6 months. I just started, talking to people that would reach out to me. I wasn't really aggressive with it in the beginning. And this is how I started. This is my team, and there's my girl and the other 2 gals on my team that followed me. So this is how I started my EXP organization. I had 3 yeses in the beginning. And this is how it's going. Now it's over. Thank you. Almost 4 years later here, we're at 1,500 agents. We're in 27 different states, 5 countries. And I had a global vision when I got here. I just didn't know how it was going to happen. But I promise you, if you bring your heart, your commitment, your energy to this model, this will pay you dividends like nothing else in like anything you've done in the history of your business. Because this compounds, and it's so much more fun, right? I've made a lot of money in real estate. I've made over $1 million. I've flipped a ton of properties before. I mean, during the 2009 to 2014, I flipped over 550 homes during those times. Yeah, I made a lot of money, but I wasn't having a lot of fun. I didn't really have a life. I didn't have, revenue coming in on a monthly basis. every single deal that I closed, the last time that I closed that deal, that was the last time I got paid. So I wanted to create something different, which hence is why I'm here at EXP, right? But this is literally wait, which slide am I on here? Hold on a second. There we go. Yeah, so this is what you want to do to start, right? And I think a couple of people have shared these key points, but this is what you want to do. You want to make your list. You really want to focus on getting this list and getting the top people that you know that you would wish to be in business with. And what I did is I just followed Rob Flick. You know, Rob Flick has created something that's called the Wealth Chart. You guys can literally Google it. Google Wealth Chart or you know, YouTube the Wealth Chart. You guys can find that out. But that's what I did. That's what Brent told me to do. I filled out my Wealth Chart. I put all the names in there on my list. I watched the video. I made a public announcement. And I literally, what I did was I followed Brent's model. Once a week for 3 hours, I would call agents. That's how I started in the beginning. And then I followed up. I just stayed in relationship. I just loved on people because this model will work depending on how much you love on people, right? That's all I did. I just made my list. And at the bottom of the slide, if you notice something, never take people off the list. I had people that said they would never come here that are now here. In the last month, I've had 3 independent brokers that have decided to move over to EXP, and they told me no for 3 years, right? Yes, thank you, thank you. So you got to stay in relationship with them, right, and bring them value and continue to follow up and stay in touch. Don't take them off your list because if you stop following up, you know, they might find someone else or they might not find the solution. I mean, I was hearing all the stories from yesterday, from day one. You know, some people still don't know about this model, right? So you want to stay in relationship with these people because you can make a massive, massive difference in their life. So I think I went back. So this is the BUILD principles, and I'm gonna go a little faster here. So this is the first principle. You have to have magnetic energy, right? That's one thing that I do. I bring a lot of energy to everything that I do, whether I do a video, whether I do a post, or whether I'm having a conversation. I'm bringing the energy because it's not about what you say, it's how you say it. Would you guys agree? Yeah. Cool. So you got to be positive, you got to be generous, you got to be excited, and you got to be grateful. Attitude of gratitude is going to definitely get you a lot of more results than being negative, right? Do you want to talk to a negative person? Are you excited to talk to a negative person? Probably not. Right? You probably want to run away from those people as quickly as possible, so don't do that if you want to attract agents to your organization. The second principle, you want to use empowering language. Be intentional with your words. Communicate possibilities, because when I'm having conversations with agents, I'm listening a lot. I'm listening and I'm listening and I'm listening to the wants and needs and where do they want to be in a year? Where do they want to be 5 years from now? And I'm listening to how I can impact their life. That's literally what I'm doing. I'm not trying to tell them like, hey, revenue share, or I'm not telling them, hey, stock, or, you know, we're not going to diagnose something that we think that they need without asking them questions and listening to their wants and needs. That is the most important thing first. And become masterful with your communication. The words that you use in post, the words that you use in conversation, the dialogue, it's going to impact your conversations and how that person remembers you. One of the things that I always say is people will forget what you say all day, but they will never, never, ever forget how you made them feel. Right? So I just want you to remember that. Third principle, unstoppable leadership. Bring massive value. Don't give control anything outside of you. Right now, the market is shifting, right? So if I start talking about the market is doing this and that, now I'm giving my power away to something else or someone else. So don't give away your power to anything. You are in control of your destiny. You got to stay yourself in the driver's seat. The moment that you give away your power to something or someone, you will be on the passenger seat, and then you're not going to create the results that you're looking for. Intentional listening. I already talked about this. Take full responsibility for everything, because if you don't take full responsibility for everything, you start blaming other people, that's not good leadership. Your people are going to be looking up to you for leadership. How you deal with problems, how you deal with issues. Right now, I mean, I almost made a decision not to come here because of my father's in the hospital. But I checked up with him, and then he was like, he couldn't say anything, but he flexed his arm. He's like, you go and do it, right? So he wanted me to be here. The fourth principle, what future are you living to? This is the other thing I did with my pops in the hospital. After my dad was, in a situation and he kind of accepted he was there, I started creating a new possibility for him. I'm like, hey, Dad, what are you going to do with your next chapter of your life? You know, he's 54 now. I said, what are you going to do with the next chapter? You got an entire new chapter to write. What do you want? What do you want to do? How do you want to experience it? Where do you want to travel? And he just goes like, I don't know. He had never even thought about it, right? So how you feel right now is directly connected to the future that you're living into. If you're not excited right now, it's because you don't have an exciting future. And I could prove this to you if you, like, let's just pretend that you're going to go on vacation this Friday to your favorite place in the world with your favorite person in the world. You have all your calls coordinated and everything all handled. Tell me what your experience of life is going to be today, tomorrow, and the next day until the trip. You're probably going to be excited. You're probably going to be a lot more diligent. You're going to probably follow up. You're going to probably, do all the things that you've been procrastinating about. And Friday comes around, you're going to be on the airplane. You're going to wake up extra early, right? Because our future is giving us our energy in the now. So that is extremely important. I would say just check what you're living into. And the fifth principle, never-ending growth. You got to commit yourself to growth, personal development. I've done courses called Landmark. Landmark education changed my life. When I did it when I was 25 years old. That course, I highly recommend it. You guys got to make sure you take that course, literally. Read books. The 3 books that I would tell you, Unlimited Power by Tony Robbins. That book changed my life. I read it at 16. That's why I had the courage to even ask that guy what Brent said, right? I asked the guy what he did for a living. He told me real estate. I'm like, I'm a model success. That's what I want. I want a nice suit. I want a nice car. I want a nice house. So the other book, you got to master emotional intelligence. The book Letting Go with David Hawkins, by far one of the most powerful books as well. I would recommend that book. And would you follow you? Ask yourself that question. If you're not going to be interested in following yourself, what makes you think that other people are going to start following you? And if you're not the person yet, follow somebody that is and model and emulate the behavior. What I did is I just started following Brent Gove. I wanted to match Brent Gove's energy. Right? He's the greatest expression of what we should be doing to motivate people, right? So, 6th principle, honor your agreements, do what you say you're going to do it. Very, very important. Acknowledge when you make mistakes, take responsibility for that stuff. If you drop the ball, if you miss an appointment, make sure you get in communication about it, because if you drop a meeting and your people are depending on you, they're not going to call you for any more appointments or any meetings or any 3-way calls, what Jay Kendrick was talking about earlier, right? Those 3-way validation calls are extremely important. Make those people feel extremely special. Lead by example and always think win-win. So I'm going to show you guys, this is what I do on social media. I use Instagram Reels. Instagram Reels I'm getting like 2, 5, 7,000, 9,000 views on my videos. And what I do for 60 seconds, I just get on the camera while I'm charging my car, and I do a reel, record it, post it out there. Every week I'm doing a video. So that's something I would recommend for you to do. Use Instagram Reels, use the little lettering and everything that's in Instagram. You don't even have to pay for additional technology. It's already included. And then I also created a Think Bigger Mastermind. I created a group on Facebook, and this is where I just bring massive value on a continuous basis weekly, and I'm dropping training there on a weekly basis, so I'm creating a community. It doesn't matter if somebody's interested in moving now. I'm just putting them in a community. I'm bringing massive amount of value. When their door opens, I want to just be an option. That's it. So another thing, use email. I think email is under leveraged in a big way. I use MailChimp. I have a 38% open rate on my emails, and I send out 1 email a week. That works at a very, very high level. And that's how I stay in touch with my organization, and I also stay in touch with the people that I want to be in business with. I have an email list of almost 5,000 people that I've collected through my events. Also, celebrate your wins. This is the really cool stuff. Like, we're doing barbecues, we went on a yacht. We're celebrating the milestones when I hit 500 agents, when I hit 1,000 agents. We're taking trips, Christmas. Like, create a community. This is a lot of fun if you make it fun, right? Make it fun. Like, don't make it like every other company out there. Build a community. These are the events. In the last 6 months, I've thrown events. Not one event has had less than 500 people in it. I just threw an event called the Think Bigger Mastermind in Anaheim, California. We had over 1,000 people there. So this is not what I did in the beginning, right? So don't get discouraged if you're not doing events like this, but I started doing this 6 months ago because my office could only hold like 120 people. So after I started having the property manager started complaining, then we went out and got venues, and we're doing events, and the events have to be only about bringing massive amounts of value. That's it. Focus around that. Build your legacy. You know, I think that's the theme, right, of this event. Do something greater than yourself, right? We go out in Mexico and build homes, and we do that about 8 to 10 times a year. I love doing that, giving back, you know, contributing, having your life be more than yourself. And the last thing I'll end with here is, this is my car now, right? Thanks to EXP, right? So, got it. So that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your listening. I really appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Thank you.